Let me learn about object oriented programming. So first we have to know what do you mean by object oriented programming. So it is totally based on the concept of object which may contain data in the form of field. Also we can say it as a attribute, and it is also having procedure that we can say it as a method. Okay, so object oriented programming is a programming paradigm based on the concept of object which may contain data as well as method, or we can say it as a procedure. Okay, so for example we are having many different types of object oriented programming: C++, Java, COBOL, like that we are having different types of languages. Now advanced we are having Python, PHP, etc. Okay, so in here we are going to learn about abstraction, object classes, encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism. Okay, so first, that is what the definition for object oriented programming. So it is the concept of object. It deals with the data as well as the procedure. So data is in the form of field, so that is known as attribute, and the procedure that we can say it as a method. Okay, and moreover this object oriented program provides the way of modularizing the program. That is, we can divide the functions of the particular program. Okay, the next we have to see about what do you mean by abstraction. Okay, it is the key concept of object oriented programming language. It handle the complexity by hiding the unnecessary detail. Okay, just we will be knowing what the program does, but we doesn't know what is happening inside the program. So that is what called the abstraction. Okay, so this is handled by the hierarchical classification. Okay, so hierarchical abstraction of a complex system can be applied in computer program. Okay, then moreover the data from the traditional process oriented program can be transferred by abstraction into its component object, and it is having collection of messages between these object, and it will be having some unique behavior. Okay, so for example just we can have it as just think about a car. Yes, we know that the car can travel from take passengers, and it can travel from one place to another place, but we doesn't know the interior detail of that particular car. So the particular car. So that is what called an abstraction. So complexity of the program is hidden. So that is what called the abstraction. Okay. The next one is the object. So object have state as well as behavior. Okay, and very good definition, that is, an object is an instance of a class and defines what the state of the attribute. Okay, so just think of an example, that is a dog or a human. In the real world we are having many objects like a car, dog, a human. Okay, it is having a state as well as a behavior. Okay, considering the state, the color is the state, and the behavior, it is used to bark, or it used to run. So this is the behavior of the particular object dog. The same way consider car, it is having different model, different color, so that is the state, and the behavior, it moves from one place to another place. So this is what called an object. Next is the class. So class is a template from which an individual object can be created. Okay. So it defines the attribute as well as the behavior. Combined together is called the object. Okay. So it describe the behavior as well as the state of the object. The next, software object have the state as well as the behavior. So this is the small example, that is public class dog. This is a simple code by a string breed. So what type of breed it is. Next, age. So these are the field or attribute. Then string color, these are three are the field as well as attribute. Then void barking off, so it is the method. So this is a class in which we are having the field as well as the attribute. Okay, next we have to know about different types of variables. So in that we are having local variables, instance variable and class variable. So the variable that are defined inside the method, constructor or block are called the local variable, and these variable will be declared and initialized within the method, and the variables will be destroyed when the method has completed. Next one is the instance variable. So instance variable or variable within a class but outside any method. Okay, and moreover these variables are initialized when the class is initiated. And instance variable also can be accessed from inside any method, constructor or block of that particular class. Okay, next one is the class variable. So class variable or variable that are declared within the class outside any method with the keyword static. Okay, so these are the three variables. Next we have to see about encapsulation. So encapsulation, that is, it binds together the code and the data it manipulates. Moreover, it keeps that safe outside interference and misuse. So this is what called the encapsulation. So here the methods or variable can be declared, can be marked as private or public. Okay, the public interface of a class represents everything that external user of the class need to know or may know. The private method and data can only accessed by code that is member of the class. Okay, so therefore any other code that is not a member of the class cannot be accessed private method or variable. Okay, so this, since the private member of a class may only be accessed by other part of the program through the class public method, we can ensure that no improper action take place. Okay, so here that is private as well as public comes in the encapsulation. So if it is a private, then it is defined, it can be accessed by the class itself. Next one is the inheritance. So inheritance is the process by which one object acquire the properties of another object. Okay, so here is the example. See here, that is a dog is a part of the classification of mammal, which in turn is part of the animal class. Okay, so without the use of these hierarchies, each object would need to define all of its characters. Okay, so this is the inheritance. The next one is the polymorphism. Polymorphism means it is which allows many forms. Okay, that is poly means many, vism means many forms. In Greek we can say it. So one interface can be used for general class of action. So that is what called the polymorphism. Okay, so here see, just consider a stack in which it is using the concept of last in first out. So the same technique, that is one stack that can be used for integer value and another one stack that can be used for floating point and another one for character. So in that way the logic or the program will be same, but it is accessed for many data. Okay, so one code that is accessed by many data, so that is what called the polymorphism. Okay, thank you.